The worst thing that I've ever heard when guys talk about this stuff, when I give advice to guys, when I give systems and structures to guys, and this applies both into the woman side of things and the business side of things, because I've heard this when I talk to guys about woman stuff, and I've heard this a lot in my consulting practices and my business life when I talk to business clients. It's the same excuse. The excuse is, I tried that once, it didn't work. So, for example, oh yeah, that MLTR, FB, yeah, I tried that once. I tried dating a girl, and I said I was going to have sex with other girls, and she got mad at me and said she would break up with me if I did that, so I had to get monogamous with her. So therefore, it doesn't work. I tried it once, therefore it doesn't work. When I'll be talking to a client, I'll be talking about a marketing campaign or a new productivity system in their company or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, we tried that once. We tried that about 6 years ago, and it didn't work. We lost about $17,000 and we canceled the program because it didn't work. So that doesn't work because we tried it once, and because we tried it once and it didn't work, obviously that means it doesn't work. So let me ask you a few questions. Do you think the very first time when I started my first company, or went full time with my first company way back in 1990, when was that? 1996, I was 24 years old, okay? And I tried to do some new marketing technique for the very first time. It's the first time I tried it. Do you think it worked? Do you think I made money doing that shit? No, it didn't work. I lost my ass. The very first time, this is one example, the very first time I tried to do a seminar to a cold audience, and I did a mass mailing to a certain city. I think it was Seattle. I don't remember, this was many years ago. And I spent like $3,000, which to me was a lot of money back then. I was like, oh my God, $3,000, holy fuck. And I spent $3,000 on this mailing, and I got 2 people to sign up to this seminar. I needed about 25, okay? It didn't work. It failed. Because it was the first time I tried it. The reason it failed was because it was the first time I tried it. Not because what I was doing was wrong. And yes, the reason it didn't work is because I did it wrong. Why did I do it wrong? Because I was new at it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Therefore, I did it wrong. When you do something the first time, you do it wrong. That's part of life. And you fuck it up. And it doesn't work. You know what you do? Here's what you do. I'm going to blow your mind here. You do it again. You try it again. And the second time, maybe it won't work either. Maybe I try it a third time. And then maybe it'll work. Do you think this is good. Do you think the first time I tried a non-monogamous relationship, not an FB, but a real MLTR, a real dating non-monogamous relationship, way back in 2007 or 8, whatever that was, 10 plus years ago, 12 plus years ago, whatever. Do you think when I first tried that the first time it worked? You think it worked? No. It blew up in my fucking face. It failed miserably. It was terrible. Now, I did not say, oh, well, I guess non-monogamy doesn't work. I guess I've just got to be monogamous for the rest of my life and suffer through that shit for the rest of my life. I didn't think that. I said, okay, it didn't work. Clearly, I'm new at this. Clearly, I need to adjust my approach, which was true. I was very new at it, did all kinds of shit wrong. And I tried it again. Do you think it worked again when I tried it the second time? No, it was worse. It actually blew up worse than the first time. It was worse the second time. Worse. I'm not saying that'll happen to you, but that's what happened to me. And again, I didn't have a Caleb Jones Black Dragon Alpha 2.0 structure to follow. I was doing this on my own, okay? There were not a lot of guys back then talking about non-monogamous relationships. I had to do this on my own. So it was even worse the second time. So then I tried it the third time, then that's my point. I tried it again. I didn't just give up, I tried it again. The third time, it worked. And it worked so awesome. I couldn't believe how well it worked. Not only did we have a very long non-monogamous relationship, but because of this woman, she brought many other women into my sex life that lasted over a period of many years. Just from that one woman, just from that one relationship. So the first time it didn't work, the second time it didn't work at all, third time was a smashing success. And that third time was, let me think a minute, late 2008. And since 2008, every subsequent time I have tried it, which is literally scores of times, it has worked. And now it is a model that works for me for the rest of my life. I don't have to worry about women ever again for the rest of my life, because it'll work forever. So were those 2 failures worth it? Was it worth it? Did I fuck those 2 up? Yes. Same thing in your business. You try something the first time, it doesn't work. You might lose a little money. Well, fuck, I'm never doing that again. No, you do it again, you do it differently. You learn what you did wrong and right and do it again. What did I do right? What should I do differently? And you do it again. And you do it again. And it might take you 2 or 3 times. It might take you 4 times. Fine. That's how life works. If you ever say or even think, I tried that once, it didn't work, you're a moron. That's not how life works. Of course, it doesn't work the first time you fucking try it. That's how this shit works, dude. That's how life works. Do it again. Now, don't do it again the exact same way. Some guys are guilty of this. They do something, it doesn't work. They do the exact same thing again, and it doesn't work again, and they wonder why. Guys who get married the second time, traditional monogamous marriage, they get a traditional monogamous marriage when they're young and stupid, like I did. Okay, they get divorced, they lose all their money, they lose their kids, blah, 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 right? A few years later, they do it again. They get traditionally monogamously married again. They don't change at all. It's the same exact structure. Well, this time it'll work because the woman is different. No, you fucking idiot. It's going to fail again. As a matter of fact, the divorce rate for second marriages is higher than it is for first marriages. You have to do something different. I got married again, but it is radically different in every way possible. Sexually, financially, in every way possible from the first time I was married. So my odds are much better the second time. And even if it doesn't work the second time, I don't lose a single penny of my money. Because I don't do the same thing over and over again. I do it again, but I do it better and I do it differently. That's how this works.